Hey, we're live. Thank you, Junid. I know it's amazing. Recently, I've had so many more people join. I think it's all thanks to Professor Alice Roberts sharing that. She's an amazing scientist, medical person, anthropologist. She is amazing and very encouraging. And she's been using these videos to fold with her children and sharing what a difference that makes. So I'm really grateful. Extending beyond. Hello, Eric. Hello, Galen. Thank you so much for coming along. And obviously, June is in India. As always, it's lovely to have you here as well towards the end of your day. And for us, it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So this is actually going to be my last live fold of this year. And actually, I'm doing that to model looking after yourself because I'm encouraging everyone to look after themselves. So I should also do that myself. And although, of course, I love doing this, it's also important. Hello, Stephen. Whatever you do, that you always give yourselves breaks as well. It means that you come back with more energy and then you can long term sustain yourself as well. So I am taking a break and I'm not going anywhere, not gonna see family. Of course, I miss them greatly, but speaking over the phone lots. So, and I've made lots of origami and sent them a big box of presents. So I'm showing how much I care in other ways, but trying to keep safe, but just trying to give a little break from the usual things. Because otherwise, while we're at home a lot more, it's quite hard to get that variety. So, hello, Penny. Lovely to see you as well. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you can. So, what I've done to sort of help over this time is I've recorded a lot more films. So, if you look under my YouTube channel, you'll see there's more films. So, if you are missing things, then look under there. I'll also release something else next week and the week after that I've already recorded. So, there's more to come. And I thought I'd do a bit of a big bumper of folds as well for this session, so that we're doing a double number to help also as well to add to things. So this lovely little cute Santa, I love it. It's such a beautiful impression of a Santa. Is from Nick Robinson, and a big thanks to Nick. He very kindly has been very supportive and has been very happy to let me share his fold, which is brilliant. Also, secondly, we're going to do lots, is to share a star, and a star is something excellent is that I really, really like, and I would share how to fold stars around this time in the hospital, and something I just always see that amazing look as it all comes together with patients. We'd add colour and then we'd fold it. And such a lovely thing, a star. There was one patient who said, "You may not feel like it, but to someone, you're a star." And I think to remember that you are a star and to celebrate others who are as well. So maybe once you've mastered making a star for yourself, maybe you can make a star for someone else and show them how much you appreciate them too. So I have mostly exactly, well, those in the NHS. Yes, I am part of the NHS as well. I'm very proud of my work. And I do what I can. It feels so small compared to what really people are in such difficult positions. I'm really lucky that I can do my work remote, even though it's not something I thought I could do remote because it's all one to one. But those people in hospitals who are caring for those very vulnerable, and it must be very hard for them to see people in such a difficult time and this uncertainty as to what's coming as well. So encouraging, my focus has mostly been actually on staff in this time, thinking about for them, encouraging them to take time out. So all of these films are really dedicated to my colleagues who happen to be at UCH, but for all hospitals, for healthcare workers. And as you know, this is a lovely way of focusing the mind. So the star will be really lovely. And I also want to thank Melvin as well, who is a chaplain, and he also works, I think, in a hospital. And he shared with me that he's been folding stars. And this is something I folded, but I thought I couldn't do it with you because I've tried to keep things simple by using just normal paper. And in the hospital, what I've done is I printed out pentagons. So I've coloured them in and then cut them out. But I figure you probably won't have a printer. So I thought I couldn't do it. But Melvin pointed out, of course, that you can fold and make a pentagon, and I hadn't done that before. Well, maybe once a long time ago, and I found it all quite difficult because I was only just starting. But actually I found this really, really lovely to do, quite exciting to make a pentagon. So we're going to make a pentagon as well for the star. That'll be the second fold. So for that second fold, to make the pentagon from a square, you will need a pair of scissors. I hope that's okay, but that's the way that you will need a pair of scissors. So grab yourself a piece of paper and scissors. Obviously for this one, I'm going to show you with white paper. If you did have two-sided paper, obviously red and white, that would be ideal, which I've used here. I will show you normal paper, and you can always colour it in as well. So this star I coloured in myself, coloured in a pentagon. I think it looks really lovely. And hello, Philip. Thanks for joining us. And this Santa as well, if you've got felt tips, you can really add the colour. So don't worry, if you haven't got origami paper, you don't need origami paper. It's a nice extra bonus if you do, but don't worry. So yes, I'm chatting lots just so I let people arrive. So let's get folding. So we're going to make Nick Robinson's lovely Santa, and actually the Santa and the star have been most popular. Goodness, over 500 people joining to make the stars, which I think is amazing. And I think that's down to Alice Roberts being very kind and sharing. But hopefully it will bring new audiences and new people to origami. And as we know, it's a good thing. It always makes you feel better. So grab something to press on. And this paper, I'm actually going to make both pieces from the one piece of paper. I love the idea that we've just out of one piece of paper you can do so much. It's a very dark day, so I've had to put on all my lights. The fairy lights, as you know, are here all year round. I always need the light, particularly in the winter. It's just too dark. I don't like grey. Let's bring some colour. So first of all, take your piece of paper and simply fold it in half. We're just halving a piece of paper. There we go. And as always, do shout up if you have any questions, you need me to explain things again. I simply fold it in half. Good strong fold gives it the strength, and it also means that everything works well. So I'm doing lots of festive folds at the moment. I think I'm doing 5 or 6 things today, so quite busy. But so I'm looking after myself in between. Little Nick here. It's lovely to bring these festive folds. And a way that people can always have little Christmas parties, various different teams can do that. And I'm just going to tear that down there. And once you get going on origami, it's all year round, isn't it? Not just for Christmas. So we're going to again take a corner, bring it down here, making a square. And we'll be making Nick Robinson Santa first of all. Here we go. So if you have got colour paper, then we're going to start by doing the folding these diagonals on the white side if you had that. But for the rest of you, just follow as I'm doing. We're going to get rid of this white rectangle. So turning it over and bringing it back. There we go. Looks like a Robin Hood hat. All good. And then we'll get rid of this rectangle. So you should then be able to do a little tiny neck. Tear that off. There we go. Just going to grab a mouth of coffee. Why not? Hopefully you're all caught up then. Trying to go nice and slowly. Because when you do it lots yourself, you can just suddenly find yourself automatically doing it, which wouldn't be great. So yeah, as I said, if you've got origami paper and it's white on the inside, then this is the white area. So we're going to do the other diagonal line. Do your diagonal line like so. So you've done both lines. I wonder how many pieces Nick's invented. He's invented so many things. If ever there's a subject I'm thinking of, I've been getting in touch with Nick, and he's got so many things, practically a book for every theme. It's brilliant. Quite astounding. So hopefully you've done both diagonals. Next, we're going to take a side and fold it to the middle line. It's reminding me a bit of the Christmas tree at the moment. Quite similar. I suppose there's a little bit of that shape, isn't there? Top of its head. I guess we're using the Coca-Cola colours, red and white. Traditionally would have been green. Oh gosh, what's traditional? Traditional changes, doesn't it? Yeah, Nick is incredible and lovely with it. Take the side and bring it to the middle line again. So we're doing it on both sides. There we go, like so. Great. So hopefully it's looking like that. I haven't practiced this one as much, so fingers crossed. So we folded it to the middle. So our next step is to take the top, and we are folding it kind of around there. I think it's a judgment fold this. I couldn't see what it's lined up against. So something like that. A little bit down there, but leaving a bit of a gap here, I think. I couldn't see that it was lined up with anything. Lovely. So next we're going to take this tip and line it up with the top of this line. So have you all managed to do that? So it was up here and I brought it down, a bit of a judgment, but that sort of height. And next we're going to take this tip and line it up here. It's been very interesting how your brain can sort of get used to working effectively in a mirror. I've not tried working in a mirror, but this is effectively what I'm doing. Oh, excellent. We're making a maple leaf. Wow, that sounds great, Junid. Let's check it out. Thank you. So next, we are going to lift this up. Can you see? So it's down here, and I'm going to lift it up. I think that's right. I hope that's right. We'll find out. There we go. Lovely. And then one more lifting it up again. So folding this again in half. And this will be the top of his hat. You sort of have to hold this in a bit as you're folding it over. Like so. That's it. I might need to put that down a bit to see what I'm doing. So it was that's a fold. So I brought it up to there. Fingers, yes. And then I brought it up. And then up again. Like so. Trying to keep it so it doesn't unroll. There we go. So it should be looking like that. So next, turn it to the back. And again, this reminds me a bit of the Christmas tree. We're going to take the side and we're going to fold it to the middle. So we're taking this side and we're folding it to the middle. You can see what it's reminding me of the Christmas tree. There we go. And we're really, in a way, just adding a line at the moment. So this slanting edge, bringing that to the middle. Is that working for you? I've been doing so many folds, my word. Yes, I could do with a break. No, not in a bad way. It's a great thing to be doing. There we go. Is that looking like that for you? So it was over here. And I brought it to the middle. That's it. Great. Right, so we're going to open this up and bring it now to this side. And then opening up this layer, this top layer. And you will see that there's a kind of a diagonal line there. Can you see that diagonal line? That's the one that you're going to aim for. So I'm going to take this corner and I'm lining it up. So, am I doing it correctly? It's hard to see. Right, I'm going to bring this down again just to make sure I'm doing it right myself. So it was out here, and I'm looking at this little diagonal line here. I'm tucking that in, and I'll do the same on the other side. It's all rather neat. It will all make perfect sense, hopefully. Like so. Great. So now, is that all good for you? For you all? I hope so. That's great. So those who, if you can then close that up, you'll see it's this sort of shape. And actually we're almost there. Oh, hopefully. So can you see this is going to be the top, the little rim of his hat. This is face and beard. This is the side. Obviously you'd need to add colour, but you could do that. So all we're going to do is take this bottom and twist it round to form a hat. And in terms of the position, it's positioning it so it just fits nicely. You see? And then you can then fold at the bottom. And of course you can colour in, you could draw a face. I quite like just the red and white. So you can colour this in red if you weren't using red paper. I've obviously used white, but here's one I coloured in earlier. But I love how it's quite a subtle little cute Santa, isn't it? I think they're quite nice little actually, but I hope that's worked. Yes, it's true actually, it could be a wizard. It's kind of thinking of a prog rock band as well, could be doing. Yeah. There's some little flaps at the back, which mean that it can also stand up, which is a rather nice feature of it too. There we go, at a kind of an angle. It's kind of chilling out, relaxing Santa, like so. So I hope that's worked, and do add colour if you're up for that. So that's the Santa. I hope that's worked for everybody. Next, I'm going to show you how to make a star of your own. Has that all worked for you? Is there anything else you need explaining? Did it come together? I love that moment of the hat appearing. Indeed. So to make a star, I love making the stars. It's so, look at its beautiful shape. It's really what's like a tattoo, but from a pentagon. These little envelopes, which I love doing. I love making, and I think in the new year I'll be showing tattoos because I think they're so beautiful. And look at the three-dimensional feel of it, how you can look into it. And this is the back of it too. I don't know how many of you have made one of these, but it's a wonderful thing. I know, he really does. Yeah, it's very elegant. The hat appearing is just brilliant. It's got a little stand. And it's kind of, it's quite a minimalist Santa as well. I think that's quite fun. There we go. So, yeah, so next to star, we'll make a pentagon first of all. So make sure you've got scissors. And let's see. So, as I said, this is all quite new for me to make a pentagon, but I found it really exciting. So here goes. Tracing paper and light. Oh, very good idea. Yes, that would be lovely. Oh, yes, I must do that as well. It's a brilliant idea, Eric. Right, so we'll start with a square, even though we're going to make it into pentagon. Take your corner, make your square. That's right. And of course, there's many ways to make the same thing. So I've been shown how to do a pentagon another way, which is possibly better, but harder for me to memorize. So I've remembered it this way. So I'm sticking with this for now. We're going to remove this rectangle and bring it back. I found I was able to remember this. It sort of made sense to me. So that's as good as it gets. That's it. And getting rid of this. Right, yeah, so it's all thanks to Melvin. And it's lovely to hear someone else also working in the hospital. Or chaplains helping. Recognising we're more than just a body, it's our spirit as well. I think origami does that as well. So you've got a square. Doesn't matter if you've made it from, if you've got origami paper or you made a square like me. We're simply going to fold it in half to make a rectangle. So fold that in half. Take your time. Enjoy taking your time. Chance to slow down and relax. So I folded it like that. And next we're going to fold it over again. So over again. So it's loose at the bottom, folding it over like so. And again, take your time to get that exact. Oh, lots of thick paper. Sorry, Eric. Great. Actually, no, that's good. It's all good. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a cross at one end. We're going to do a cross of fold. So cross there, cross there. So simply taking this corner and folding up nice and neatly. And do say if you want me to repeat anything. Obviously, it's a little bit harder. Oh, that's a good idea. Thin paper. Yeah. I would get the Japanese papers better as well. They're softer. Taking the other corner. How you can type and fold, I don't know. That's the thing, isn't it? It's impressive if anyone can keep going on chat while also folding. You have to be pretty multitasking there. Lovely. Ah. Yeah, so London, oh goodness. Well, we've got there's a new strain that seems to be, don't quite know whether it's the cause, but numbers have really gone up in London quite quickly. So we're all a bit concerned, really. And it seems to be to do with this new mutation. Viruses do them. So yeah, they're going into sort of more lockdown there in London, but it's not great because government have suggested it's okay for people to mix at Christmas. I know people make their own choices, but it's a time we've gone so far. We're so close to vaccines, and it is very worrying. Hospitals are already really quite full up, so it's likely to get worse. And then can they, they've got to cope. So I really hope as many people as possible can keep away from mixing. As I said, we're keeping away. Yeah. So we're doing a cross here. Yeah, London had been doing quite well, but it has changed. So we've done a cross at this end. Now our next step is to take this corner, this open corner, and we're going to aim to the middle of the cross. I just think this is brilliant. This is how you get a pentagon. So to the middle of that cross, like so, and folding the edge. And I know none of this feels like it matches up. That's fine. It's because it's becoming a pentagon. So there we go. And you see I took that and I brought that to the middle. This is how Melvin showed me how to do it. I could remember it. So I think I'm getting better at memorizing these things. But the more things you do, blimey, good exercise for the brain. Next, this line. Are you keeping up with me, everyone? Yeah. In India. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, India must be. Yeah, I remember hearing about with Diwali allowing parties of 200 people in a room. What? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Sorry, but yeah, mixing is what we should not be doing. We can again once we've been vaccinated, but let's all hold back. Yeah. So we're going to take this line and bring it back over here. I hope things get better, Judith. I hope you'll also get vaccines. Things are just starting here in the UK with vaccines, but this first one is very delicate. Hearing even that shaking it could damage it, so it's got to be really carefully looked after. But at least it will slowly but surely change things. And obviously there's the Oxford vaccine, which will be a lot more kind of friendly and easier to keep in a fridge and just distribute easier and be less fragile. So that'll be a very good thing for the whole world. All been working so hard. So it was that line which is in the middle of the cross, and I brought it back over here We're almost there. And we're then going to bring this and bring it to this line to this line. And it is off. It's not, it's not going to match up. That's deliberate because it's going to become a pentagon. So it's changing, it's shifting around. So lining that up. Yeah, I hope things get better, Junid. For us all. Yeah, all we can do is safe. And I hope that things like the origami, although it kind of feels so small, and actually keeping yourself mentally well and connected with others, which is what we're doing with this. Oh, yeah, exactly. Me too. I hope it will. Well, it won't go away, but vaccines will mean that then people don't catch it and don't pass it on. It's bizarre. All viruses are made by us ourselves. How weird is that? We are the creators of viruses. They're very beautiful things. They look a lot like origami, actually. Fascination is important. So hopefully it's looking like that. Oh, are you having a break? Oh, yeah. Look after yourself, Penny. Wishing you a very safe and happy Christmas. Have a lovely one. So as it is, you can then fold it back. Can you see folding it back so that it all lines up? What we're doing is making a pentagon. So it looks like this lovely little collection of all sorts of layers and folds. So I'm making a pentagon. I'm just going to check that everything looks. So I'm mostly trying to do it in a camera, but that's what it should look like. Pair of scissors now. You do need scissors. So this line, the front line, is the edge of our pentagon. So all we do is cut that off. It's quite thick. Sorry, Eric. It's very thick. That lined up. Trim it off. So that's the only scissors that we need there, but that is needed. And hopefully you can open it up. See if it looks like a pentagon. Oh my word. It just fell in half. What happened? It's not a pentagon. Oh dear. I think I've done this wrong. What's happened? Look, it's in 2 pieces. Oh no. Oh look. Oh dear. Have yours worked? I think I might have to do that again. Oh my word. Okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm not going to give up. You can tell this is live. Oh, save. Well, it's me then. It's me. I'm showing you the wrong way. Right. In that case, I'm not going to do it to the camera. So sorry, everyone. As I said, it's a work in progress. I need a break now. It's fine. Right. I'm going to do it again. Right. Folding in half. I'm sorry. I've clearly shown you from the wrong way around. I must have been holding that quarters the wrong way up. I did it earlier and it worked. Sorry, folks. All of yours, if you were following me so carefully, all of yours will have fallen off. I'm so embarrassed. No, it's fine. We're all friends, aren't we? Going to take the corner, make a square. Oh dear, that was not slick. Yes. Sorry, everyone. Right, goodness me. Let's remove a rectangle. I did it before. This has suddenly done it the wrong way round. Sorry, everyone. You have to laugh, don't you? Clearly, my mind was not fully with it. Still laughing about that. Right, sorry, I'm going to have to take you through the whole lot again. And let's hope I don't mess it up a second time. I clearly should have made notes, shouldn't I, for that? Okay. Have you made a square again? Sorry. Oh dear. Patience. Sorry, everyone. Oh dear. Right. playing for it. I've managed to do it in the video, but I've clearly it's because I'm doing so many different folds. No excuse, but anyway. Folding it over. So next time I'm going to have to think carefully. I think I understand which stage I've done it wrong. So folding it in half like that. Your square. I hope you haven't wasted some really nice paper. Oh, sorry, Eric. Your lovely piece of paper, effectively. You just cut it into its lots of useless pieces. And then folding it over again. I think I know what I misguided you on. I think I took that as this open edge is the bottom of the part of the pentagon, where it's actually this. Anyway, we will get there. Blue Peter, I know. It's all right. We'll do it. So, okay. I think what I did was I encouraged you all to hold it the wrong way up. So we don't want the loose ends here. I really prefer hexagons. You're making me feel better. I'm still laughing about this. Yeah, okay. So this has to be the middle area of your pentagon, doesn't it? Patience. So we're going to do a cross on the one side. Which side should we do? This side. You know what? I think quite early I learned with demonstration, you don't have to be too polished. We're all human, and you will realise as well that at times I don't know what I'm doing. That's all right. But I know that I will get there eventually. So we did a diagonal there, and we'll do the other diagonal. So cross. And then this time, thinking more carefully, which way up? I'm encouraging you to... If I do it that way, yeah, that's going to work. That's going to work. At least I believe it. It'd be funny if it happened. So we've got a cross at one end, open at the top. So I think now this will work. Let's hope so. Okay, keep making. That's the right attitude. We're in it together. I think actually a lot of origami is about overcoming challenge and difficulty. Probably having a bit of a laugh when it doesn't work. Oh, yes. So we're going to take this corner and aim to the middle. Right, I think that you need the loose side at the top because all of the gathering is going to be down this area, which is where it's folded. I think this will work. So I think I was showing you the wrong way up. So it's open there. So you're going to take this corner and aim to the middle of the cross. So around there. Middle of the cross. So dark here. It's like night time. Can you see? Is that right? Yep, that looks right. Great. That's funny, the last one of the year just goes to show a break's a good idea. I do often think, actually, when things go wrong, it's often that it reflects your state of mind as well. My mind is okay-ish, but maybe it's in need of a little break. So this side, we're going to line up here. So taking this, and I'm going to bring this down so I can see it clearly. So taking this side and lining up here. Gosh, you're going to be glad when you actually have a pentagon, aren't you? That's it. And now taking this side and lining up here. But it's good next time. I will always bear in mind which way up I'm holding it, and I'm sure you will too. So you go, I know what happens if you have it the other way up. You do end up with a pentagon in two pieces. Who wants that? So there we go. So we lined up there, and you've gone past the middle point, of course, because you're making a pentagon. Right. Looking like that. And next, if you fold this back, so it looks like that, fold this back. Like so. and making sure that everything's nice and neat and lined up. And it's all sorts of layers there. So it should look like this. We're taking more time than expected, but that's all right. It's the end of year festive origami party for ourselves, isn't it? And we're going to cut here. And then, yeah, from January, I'll be back on Wednesdays at usual time. There we go. Oh, bye-bye, Junid. Look after yourself. Hope you keep safe and well in your family. So we're just going to cut off that. Let's see if this forms a pentagon. I so hope it does. Oh, yes, I do. Right. Let's see if this has worked. Moment of truth. I said that before. Yay! It's made it the satisfaction all the better, hasn't it? Excellent. Yeah. Look after yourself, Judith. So we have got a pentagon with many lines, and actually the lines will be helpful. So you do need a clear mind for this. We'll see how it goes. But if you bear in mind, think of we're making a star. Think of a star jump. Can you see these lines? Think of your arms like this, at this sort of angle. Yay! Yay! It did make the satisfaction better, didn't it? Yeah, we should all be laughing when things don't go well. I'll get there. I'm learning. You're learning from the person learning. Yeah, so think of a star jump. So think of these lines as those arms. What we're going to do is take the bottom 2 points and aim to these star jump lines, as it were. So I'm going to fold this up. Yes, it does. We do need humour. So I'm aiming towards these lines from the bottom corners. I'm afraid I'm going to have to direct it down so I see what I'm doing. So it's this line, and then we aimed up towards these, like so. And we're going to do this on each side. So each side, the same thing. Ignore so many lines, but we're just doing on each side these two, and we aim up towards those star jump lines, as it were. I always need to find a little way of remembering it for myself. And as I said, just keeping clear head of that's the only lines that you're thinking of, those bottom corners and the star jump lines. And I just turn it round, think away each time. So, yeah, the person who's really perfect on their moves is just can't relate to, can we? So again, those bottom corners up to the star jump lines. Yeah, I think too polished. Nah. I'm making myself feel better on it. That was a bit of a first though. There we go. Bottom lines up to there. I would sometimes make the Kawasaki rose in the hospital. That was one which, if I wasn't fully present, it doesn't work. Because it takes quite a bit to remember all those steps. So what you should end up with is, once you fold these on each of the sides, you've got effectively a little pentagon in the middle. You can sort of see it's like a star, can't you? It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. So, are you all? I'm going to wait till you're all ready. Hard to know when that is, but do let me know if you feel like you're getting there or not. A bit more coffee. Cool. What do you reckon? Did that work for each side? And it's nice that you can tell that you've done each side, because it will be a pentagon. It's absolutely pouring down outside. Ready. Well done, Philip. Hurrah. So good. Okay, so far, well done, Galen. You've been doing so much. I'm so glad that you can join us so regularly. It's wonderful. Yeah, do all come back again, obviously. In the new year, it will be solidly every Wednesday continuing. But yeah, I thought it's healthy to have a break. Makes us appreciate things more, doesn't it? And I'm going to use it to just kind of, yeah, not have a usual routine, but just maybe more walks, maybe games. I've got just our little family, my partner and daughter, and we just play games and spend a bit of time together rather than trying to juggle school and work and the usual things. It's just important to just give each other time. Or yeah, I'll do probably some drawing as well. So right, next step, just thinking again, probably do it into the mirror won't necessarily help. So I'm going to have to do it, I think, looking around at myself. So to do the next step is folding up the bottom and then bringing in at the side. So it's effectively these two lines. So bringing in the bottom and bringing in the side, and you will find a little bit appears, which should naturally go, and then push it so that it sticks out. And it's actually that crease there in the inside bit that you want. Does that make sense? So it was pushing it up, pushing in the side of the other line of your pentagon. You get a bit that sticks out, and then push it so this sticks out. And if you do that now on each side, so pushing it up, bringing it in at the other line of the pentagon. You can see what I said about having clear head. And then pushing it to one side. But it is really delightful, this. It really is. It's a joy to do. And I rather love how making the pentagon, you've kind of learnt to, which way am I going? Those lines are actually useful. So bringing up the bottom, bringing in the side, you'll find it's all a bit of a playing around. You can see how it brings you such focus, can't you? And you end up with a bit sticking out, pushing it out, and it's really this fold that you're after. Where am I? I keep going the wrong way. So, and again, you'll be able to tell at the end whether you've done it on each side to show you how. Push it up at the bottom, bring it in at the side. It's amazing how many more sides. Once you bring it out to a pentagon rather than a square, it feels so much more. I don't know how one side can make it seem that bit more. And I guess that there must be lots of origami you can do with pentagons. A lot of things you would do with the square, you could do with the pentagon and applying it each way. Oh, is that it every way? Let's just check. Are you getting the hang of it, everyone? I hope so. I think I've done it now on every side. Whew. Yeah, it's amazing. I think 550 people have followed this. Goodness knows how. So far, I haven't had any thumbs down. I'm probably a bit clearer on that video, but I certainly didn't do half pentagon. Legendary. Right. So I think I've done it on every side. And I will show you how in a moment. Oh, I've done it there. Sure I have all that one. I'm more useful. Pentagons could be fun. I like that. I think everyone should say that. Oh, I'm intrigued by the hexagons, what you've been doing with those. So you should have, if it's all works, I know this is all kind of challenging. Hey, you're getting a double dose before a little break. There's like a little triangle there, hopefully on each side. You should be able to, how I start to work on it is I close up that little tuck. So it's like a little tuck. And I'm doing that on each side. I just love it. The shape that emerges. You can see it's like a little bowl already. It's curved around. So it's just gathering those up. And you can see the beautiful order that's just happened there. Isn't that a gorgeous thing? Really nice. Has that worked for you? There is always the video if this isn't proving so useful. Could have done it with two halves, couldn't we? So there we go. I hope that's what. Look at that on the outside. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Are you ready for the next step? Be an extra long fold, hasn't it? But this is lovely because it will hopefully all come together. Oh, artery forceps. God, where do you get this equipment from? Rick, I love it. I love his medical references. Blimey, that is brilliant. Gosh, I'm imagining a whole lovely operation in a good way. That's amazing. So this lovely pentagon with these little tucks, hopefully a moment of magic